My wife, Fa, is 32. We met while she was studying in the US. Fell in love. Got married 5 years ago. She's kind, hardworking, and honestly, the smartest person I know. She makes more money than me. She's never asked me for anything. Not once. But my parents? They've never accepted her. From day one, they made little comments. Is she just here for the green card? You sure she's not a gold digger? No matter how many times I defended her, they held onto their own ignorant assumptions. To them, she was just another foreigner trapping an American man. Last weekend, we had dinner at my parents' house. At first, everything was civil, quiet. And then, my dad looked at Fa and smirked. So Fa, now that you've been married 5 years, do you finally get to keep your green card? My mom chuckled. Guess you don't have to be on your best behavior anymore, huh? Fa went pale, just froze. And I felt rage boiling up. I told them to stop, but my dad just laughed. We're just joking. Can you blame us for wondering? And my mom nodded. We just want to make sure you're not being taken advantage of. That was it. I stood up. I looked at Fa, took her hand, and said, "We're not staying for dinner." We walked out. No yelling, no drama, just gone. In the car, she was silent. 10 minutes passed. Then finally, she whispered, "Do they really think that about me?" My heart broke because I knew. Yes, they do. The next day, my phone blew up. My mom, "You embarrassed us in front of everyone." My dad, "You can't take a joke." My brother, "You should have just talked to them later." But not one of them asked about Fa. Not one of them apologized. I don't regret standing up for her. Not for a second. She's my wife. She's my family. And if you disrespect her, you're disrespecting me. They may not see it, but Fa isn't the problem. Their prejudice is. If that's what family jokes sound like, I'd rather eat in silence, with Fa and without them.
He was my ex, my trauma, my nightmare. It started with words, then money, then fists. It ended loudly. He was arrested, charged with harassment and threats with a dangerous weapon. 5 years probation. He can never own a firearm again. I survived, and I got out. During those years, I documented everything. Photos, messages, court records, and journals. So many journals. Later in therapy, I turned it into a binder, scrapbooking my way through the pain. It helped me process. Then I put it in a storage box and tried to forget. Now I have a husband, a real one, kind, stable, safe. One day, I heard my ex got married to a girl I knew from high school. She was sweet, smart, way too good for him. I hoped. Maybe he changed. Maybe he wasn't like that anymore. Then I found out she was pregnant. and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was scared. Not for me. For her. For the baby. I knew how it starts. The insults. The guilt trips. The silence. Then the bruise. And I found out the story he gave her, that I was crazy. That I cheated. That I made everything up. Maybe he had changed. But if he hadn't, could I live with that? So I made a choice. I copied every page in the binder. All of it. I wrote a letter. Careful. Gentle. I said, if you ever want to talk, I'm here. I gave the package to a mutual friend, so he couldn't stop it. And then, I waited. A week later, she texted me. We met at a cafe. She brought the binder. One by one, she pulled out the pages. Read them. Asked questions. Cross-referenced his version with mine. I answered quietly. Just facts. Then she paused, looked up, and said, I'm so sorry you went through this. She said she didn't believe me until she saw the court records. My victim impact statement. Then it all clicked. I offered her help. A room. Money. Anything. She thanked me. Said she'd go stay with her parents. Pack a bag. Think. She hasn't told him the real reason yet. Not yet. At first, I had no regrets. No doubt. But then people started weighing in. You ruined her life. You don't know if he's still like that. Why would you get involved? And I asked myself, did I go too far? I don't know what he's like now, but I know who he was. With me. And if I had been her, I'd want to know. Before the baby, before the bruises, before I stopped recognizing myself, I didn't do this to destroy her life. I did it to give her the truth and a choice. If that makes me the villain to some, so be it. Because I already lived in hell, and if one binder helped her escape it, then it was worth it.
At first, it was a joke. He called me silly, dumb in a cute way, clueless, but lovable, and I laughed. At first. But over time, the words didn't stop. They just got sharper, colder, casual. Hey, stupid, where's my phone? You're being stupid again. Ugh. You're so slow sometimes. I asked him to stop, begged him to stop, especially in front of others. He'd just laugh, say I was too sensitive. It's just a joke. But then his friends picked it up. Now they called me dumb too, like it was my name. I stopped going out with them. I couldn't stand being the punchline. Again and again. He got mad that I avoided his friends, but I didn't have the energy to explain what it felt like to be humiliated in your own skin. Then came the night of my work party. I hosted it. My space, my people. It mattered a lot. Everyone there was sharp, accomplished, professional. People I deeply respected, and I wanted him to meet them, to behave, to see me through their eyes. I asked him to be respectful. He promised. It took him 1 hour. I reached for a drink. He said, "Don't drop it, stupid." Some people chuckled, out of discomfort. But one of my senior colleagues, a woman I admire, turned to him and said, "You're a guest here, and do you even know who you're talking to? Maybe cut the dumb jokes." He laughed, like he always does. Later, I accidentally dropped my drink. and he didn't miss a beat. Wow, so dumb. And she responded, you know, everyone in this room has either an advanced degree, multiple certifications, or years of experience in their field. She is one of the smartest, most competent people I've worked with. The only person here without credentials is you. So if we're talking about intelligence, you're the least qualified to judge. Dead silence. He turned red. Didn't say another word. All night. At home, he was furious. You let her humiliate me. You didn't defend me. That was cruel. He expected me to feel guilty, to side with him. I didn't. I looked at him and said, so now you know how it feels. He went quiet, slammed the door, called me disloyal, cold, changed, but I didn't feel bad. I felt free. For the first time, someone stood up for me, said the thing I never had the courage to say. He humiliated himself. All I did was let the truth be heard.
They didn't storm out. No fights. No slammed doors. They just faded, quietly, gradually, like water leaking from a cracked cup. First, it was fewer messages. Then, sorry, I've been so busy. Then, let's catch up soon. Then, silence. I know it's not malicious. I know they didn't mean to leave. They have kids now. Families. Responsibilities. Night feeds. Daycare. No sleep. No time. I know that. I truly do. But it still hurts. I used to be the best friend. The one they called a sister. Their rock. Their safe place. Now, I'm just a ghost in their calendar. A name they forget to type. A someday that never comes. I wanted to be the auntie. The one who brings cookies. Helps out. Shows up. I was ready. So ready. But they don't need me. They already have family. Blood family. Support systems. Built-in help. And me? I'm not essential. Not even optional. I'm extra. I can't just show up. That's rude. What if they're napping? What if the baby just fell asleep? What if I make things harder? So I wait, politely, patiently, invisible. And when they do find time for friends, who will they choose? Me, the child-free one who doesn't get it? Or their other mom friends? The ones with strollers and snacks and shared nap schedules? Yeah, I know the answer. And no, it's not personal. It's just priorities. But the moment I say I'm lonely, that I miss them, that I feel abandoned, suddenly I'm the selfish one. You don't understand. You're making it about you. You're not in this stage of life, but I just wanted to matter. To still be part of the picture. To be kept, not set aside. They told me chosen family was real. That blood didn't matter. That I was theirs. But now that they have real family, I'm not even a footnote. I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. Just tired. Of empty chats. Of unanswered messages. Of 2 cups on the table. When no one's coming over. I didn't leave. I didn't walk away. But now, I'm just alone.